Hey everybody, welcome back to Dicing with Death. We left off, we were running through the mist, trying to outrun the zombies.
Yeah. So you run and don't really look back.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes pass. Your heart stops thumping enough for you to realize there's probably not any zombies chasing you anymore.
Are we out of the mist?
Yeah, the mist only penetrates a couple of feet away from the river.
Okay. Shake it off, regroup.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes to round everyone up.
Okay.
You are able to find everyone.
Okay.
All 6 of the sailors.
Okay. And then I kind of do my best to approximate upriver and start moving with the men and Michelle that way.
Sure, yeah, it's still dark. You wander for a little bit. Do you have any... You have, like, no useful skills in terms of navigating or tracking, do you?
What? I've got mountaineering.
I'm pretty sure Michelle doesn't either.
Yeah, I got shit. She has local history. Probably for a very different area. Although it is her last proficiency slot, actually. It must be a local history for this area where she leveled up in.
She leveled up in the east, the Southern Isles.
Damn it. Okay.
And yeah. She has an empty slot, but I think it was going to be dancing. Or it should have already been dancing. You saw her moves around the fire.
Yeah. Okay.
So you think you're roughly heading towards Javis. You never see the river again. You're not sure if that's your subconscious, like, veering you ever so slightly north. Yeah, so you're groggy, but slog through. And just as light is beginning to filter through the jungle, you step into a clearing. Takes you a few seconds, but you realize it's a road. Beneath your feet are large stone tiles. It's about 20 feet wide. So you sort of stepped. There's road heading left and right. Mm-hmm. And about 20 feet across is jungle, more jungle. Eventually, the entire party steps in, looks around.
Does this head like left and right, or up, forward and back? Like what?
It heads
at what angle do we meet the road?
Roughly a right angle.
Okay.
Maybe a little off, and it heads left and right.
All right. Left would be towards the river, right? Correct?
You think so?
Okay. We'll hop on the road and take it leftwards towards the river.
So eventually the road fades into the jungle, but you continuing heading that general direction. Mm-hmm. You spot the road again a few times, and eventually you catch the road again, and finally the entrance to Javis. Stone road ending at the edge of the village.
Okay. Is it still nighttime?
It is there early morning.
Okay.
As you step into the town square where the giant bonfire was. Mm-hmm. It's still crackling. There are still people hanging around. It's by no means the festivities you walked into initially, but
I walk in from the jungle saying, "We have arrived! We are here!"
Slowly, groggy villagers filter out, realize what's going on, and greet you as saviors.
Okay.
Michelle produces the silver dust, tells them that they're saved.
I leave her and the sailors to do all that stuff, and I beeline for the holy man's hut.
Roll a perception check.
20.
All right, so you go to his hut, and you find much the same scene you saw before.
Okay.
No door, and the holy man is not there.
I go back out towards the middle area and go, has anyone seen the witch, the holy man?
You ask around and you are directed to him. He's by the fire, being harassed by
I'm being
wild
harassed
fiancés.
by wild fiancés. Yes, I need to throw things at them. Now she's stealing my money. This is what happens when you get a girlfriend, guys. They harass you and steal your money. Anyway, where were we?
So he was in the town square all along.
Okay. Cool. I go up to him and go, the albatross, the bird.
Yes.
Is it alive?
It's alive, yes. He actually has it cradled in his arms. I have detected the faintest bit of witchcraft on this creature.
Albatross, speak to me.
It's still unconscious.
It never woke up? I ask.
Not yet. You notice that its wound around his neck is sort of well cared for. Dressing has been changed. He gestures the creature towards you.
Okay. I look at it.
Do you take it, or do you just look at it?
Oh, you mean like he gestures and like hands it to me?
I guess he sort of presents.
I take the bird from him and say, Michelle has your dust.
He reaches into a pouch and pulls a small stone bowl full of a green paste.
What is it?
Healing.
For the bird?
If you wish.
Does it look like this other paste that I had dealt with earlier?
It's a similar color to the potions that he had given you previously. However, this is kind of pasty, and it's in a stone bowl.
Okay. Well.
What are your commands?
I look about, survey the area, and say, we cannot stay and fight this evil for you. We've given you the tools to fight it on your own, and we wish you the best of luck. If you would like to come back with us to Sinteron, we'll fit as many people in the boat as possible, but we are leaving. I would kind of look around expectantly, waiting for someone to say something.
They stare at you in awe. No one's really speaking for the group. It seems like whatever you say, they'll acquiesce to. I realize you don't have a boat, by the way.
We can go back and find it. Whatever, we'll figure it out. I go back to Michelle and say, Michelle, is there anything else that we need to know about this town before we get out of here? They have their dust. They can fend for themselves now. We don't need to stay and risk our lives.
It's a really interesting place. You have she could tell you all sorts of random lore about this place, this region, but nothing. I mean, if you have specific questions you want answered, but she doesn't have any
Okay, yeah. If she doesn't have anything
of immediate interest,
yeah, then I will ask her where the mist came from. Do we know who is controlling it?
I've been here as long as you.
Been here a few extra days. You got to talk to the locals.
They seem to think it comes from the river. And like I said, they believe this entire jungle is haunted by ancient and evil spirits.
I don't blame them. This place is sketchy.
Yeah, I'm beginning to agree with them as well.
Yeah, I'd like to get out of here as fast as possible. All right, people, we're going to take off. If you would like to come with us, let us know now. Otherwise, we're just going to go.
The bird, says the shaman.
I repapoose it upon me.
Okay.
We're taking the bird.
Unconscious?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want any business with his green paste?
I'll take his green paste. Yeah, totally.
All right. I mean, it's in a bowl, so like you can't exactly put it in a bag. You can carry it in your hand or something.
Yeah. If it gets lost on the ship, it gets lost on the ship. But I'll just hold it in my hand. Or like I'll rest it on the bird in the papoose snug somehow and just hope it doesn't tip over.
Okay.
And then I head back to the docks.
All right. Do you bring your crew with you?
Yeah, I bring my crew with me. And I just go find any boat.
All right. You guys find a boat. Like I said, most of them have been abandoned. The docks are no longer really used.
I find a boat, and I tell everyone to shove off, and we're headed back to Sinteron and get the hell out of this fucking jungle.
Dum dum dum. All right. Very well. It's mid-morning. You set sail with your crew of 6.
Yeah.
7 if you include Michelle. 8 if you include the Albatross.
9 if you include myself.
Sure. All right. Any special orders or?
No. Get out of here as fast as possible. Let's not let the mist catch up with us. We need to be over the falls and gone by nightfall.
Yeah. So, a few minutes out of town, you spot a tiger drinking on the shore.
We avoid the tiger. We do not engage.
It stares you down.
I let it stare us down, and tell everyone to stop rowing and just kind of pull ourselves past the tiger quietly. Michelle, crossbow ready with her armor on, Qualnir darts in hands, waiting.
No trouble, but
Okay.
the taste of the local wildlife.
Yeah, trying to avoid the local wildlife.
Yeah. By mid-afternoon, you reach the falls and elevator, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you lower yourselves into the pools and continue along the central fork of the river. The sun sets.
Shifted again with, people going at different times. Michelle and I will each take half night shifts.
Yep. And sometime around morning, you return to Sinteron, uneventfully.
Excellent. I've already dished out the gold from my character sheet, although I guess I need to dish out 2 less gold now.
Please delete the silver. Well, oh, no, hold on. Michelle keeps some silver dust.
Okay.
But you did give some to...
Yeah.
who she referred to as her guru.
Her guru. The guru? The guru? Does he tell her to find the inner light?
No, he mostly strips her naked and tattoos her body.
But, well, sounds like fun.
Sounds like my kind of guru.
Yeah. Can I meet up with the guru?
Middle of the night in Sinteron.
I thought you said dawn in Sinteron.
Yeah, wee hours of the morning in
Wee hours of the
Sinteron.
morning, cool. I thank the crew for their service. Along the way, I guess I would have known if they knew the 2 people who died. Did they have friends or family in this group?
Friends, yeah. They seem a little... Yeah.
I asked their friends if the guys that died had a family. If they had families or if they were single.
Sure, one of them had a family. The other was single.
All right. I asked the friend of the guy who had a family to take me to where his family lives.
Sure. Someone brings you to a little hut.
Okay.
There is a mother holding a baby, and there are several other children running around. Tugging at your heartstrings.
Tugging at my heartstrings. I look at the woman, I kind of bow my head and say, Your husband who came with us did not return. I cannot tell you of his fate. You are happier off not knowing it. This is all I can give you in exchange. And I drop her 4 gold and 25 silver.
Was
and
it
5
quick
copper.
at least?
I say nothing and I turn around and walk away.
Yeah. As you walk, how much did you hand her?
4 gold, 25 silver, 5 copper.
All right. Money doesn't have a whole lot of direct value in this region, but that's enough. I mean, that's a
That's a lot of
sizable
money.
treasure.
Yeah.
As you're walking away, you're comforted by the fact of knowing, hell, it was pretty quick. The zombie tore out his throat in one bite.
Oh, it was that guy. Okay, good.
You doubt he lasted more than a second or two.
I was afraid he was the guy who just got, like, pulled into the water by the zombie.
No.
That poor bastard. Okay. Cool.
Right, so back to the relative safety of Sinteron. You pass a troll, but for some reason that doesn't phase you as much as it did the first time you were here.
Just kind of ignore the troll, put on the blinders, and go look for the big ships, and ask about for someone that's headed to Solstice.
You can find a ship leaving for Solstice right now.
Oh my god, I want that ship so badly. But first, before they actually leave, I want to go grab a couple yards of cloth. I want...
like a... What kind?
Just, like, white cloth.
Linens?
Sure, linens. It doesn't matter. I want to wrap up the Lucifron's gear. His weapon, his hourglass, his dagger, his book, and his skull. I kind of like want to... I'll wrap up all the weapons together in one thing, then I'll wrap up the hourglass and the skull and the book in a different pile. I'll put like the hourglass in the skull in the book, and then wrap that up and tie it in a knot.
Alright. You don't inspect any of this, you just...
Yeah, I'm just wrapping it up in like packages and before we go on our ship. I shouldn't have given that woman so much money.
it's going to be cheap.
Well, that's the issue. Is I only have platinum left.
Does Michelle have any cash? I don't think she does.
She has no cash. I'll pay him with the platinum if that's the only. If he can't make change, then he can't make change. But
yeah, he can't make change.
All right.
You can get 3 gold and fistful of silver and copper if you'd like.
Sure. How much is a fistful of silver and copper?
22 silver, 45 copper.
Okay. Excellent. And then I just wrap up the weapons and stuff in those things so they can't be seen. And ask for passage for 2 to Sinteron, not to Solstice as fast as possible.
The time it takes is sort of the time it takes. But
I know, but like if we leave now, then we
do
leave.
Do you want to pay for a private room, or do you want to just share the hold?
No, I would like a private room for Miki and I.
All right, 10 gold per day, so 30 gold.
Okay. I hand him 3 platinum.
All right, very well. You travel in a guest quarters aboard this merchant galley.
Oh my god, we're out of the jungle.
Out of the jungle. Yeah, you leave immediately. It's basically dawn. This merchant heads due east between those islands there. You notice it cuts you pretty close to some reefs. Reefs?
Reefs?
Reefers? But he seems to be a pretty handy at the wheel, and the ocean's calm.
Okay.
And you're out to open sea shortly. Anything you wish to do in these several days?
While we're at sea with our ship background music.
Oh, did you find it? I was going to suggest it.
Yeah. During this time, I'd like to discuss with Michelle her tattoos, her newfound spell powers, and ask what she anything that she may have learned about the shaman back in Yavis.
Sure. I mean, she's happy to show off her new tattoos. They are runes that you are not able to decipher. She tells you that they are incantations, spells. The one on her breast is protection to ward off evil spirits. The one on her forearm is an offensive ability, Chill Touch.
I pause and pull out the leather-bound book from Lucifron.
Yes.
From what I assume to be his corpse. And I slide this across the table to her and say, "Will this help you?" Just assuming naturally that it's a magic spellbook, although I have no idea. And then she opens it up and starts looking through it. Are these spells that she can learn?
Yes, indeed. It is a spellbook. It is all written in magic runes, but I'm going to have you go ahead and roll a read languages check for Michelle. She has put pretty much all of her points into read languages. I think it's like a 65% chance. Why don't you just give me one general roll?
92. Oh.
Okay, so she starts thumbing through it. She tells you, yes, this is a spellbook, but that she is not immediately able to decipher it. She says with some study, she thinks she might be able to get it. Or get at least something out of it.
We're headed to the right place for that, then.
She asks where you got it.
I got it off the body of the Moonblade.
Okay, she doesn't appear phased by this or anything like that.
I'm going to be returning some of his items to his friend back in Solstice, but I'm not going to make mention of this. I'm going to pretend that this has been lost, and I think that's probably the best idea for the two of us. They may want it back if it's known that it survived.
Yeah. Okay. All good. So maybe add Moonblade spellbook to Michelle's character sheet. I have a list of the spells that are in it. In practice, she failed to decipher the first one. But there are dozens or so. I have a list. So whenever you wish to have her engage in study, she can try and translate. Okay. She can even look at it a little bit on this next day on the ship if you'd like her. If you think she would do such a thing.
Yeah, I think I will spend kind of the time just relaxing and resting from our ordeals in our private room. And when, we're not resting, relaxing, she can read the book.
Yeah, so roll a series of read language checks. I'm going to let her roll one for each spell. This is in addition to the chance to learn spells that she has. So she has to make a read language to decipher it. And then you can decide whether she wants to try and learn it.
All right, how many
spells? She has a limited number of spell slots. Let's do like 1 an hour, so maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's do like 8 total. So she failed the first, and I need them in order.
Yeah, these are in order. So 12 is a fail. So fail. No, pass.
12 is a pass.
Pass, fail, fail, pass, fail.
Hold on
pass,
a second. I'm seeing 88.
Wait, 88 is a fail.
Where are we starting?
At the 12. The 12 is the first D100.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1 is a pass. Alright, so the first one was actually a fail. The second one is the spell Friends.
Friends.
It is a first level wizard spell. It's some kind of charm. You can read it if you want her to try and learn it. 12. The 57 is a pass, so that's the 5th. Audible Glamour.
Mm-hmm.
7. She gets 7 and 8. Detect Magic and Identify. There are at least a few more spells that she hasn't had time to try and look at. Do you wish for her to try and learn any of these?
I would like for her to try and learn Detect Magic.
Okay. Roll her chance to learn spells.
55.
All right. Yeah, so roll another percentile.
13.
So you may add Detect Magic to her list of spells. And keep... How many total does she have? I think she can only get 6 per level.
9 per level.
9. Oh, yeah, 9 per level. Max spell levels. Okay, yeah, 9 per level. So that's like... She's got like 3 or 4. She's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Yep. And... Okay, so that's Michelle on the voyage. Does Qualnir do anything?
He spends quality time with Michelle.
You're very distracting. You're the reason she didn't get to decipher more of the spellbook.
I'm willing to take that sacrifice. Yeah,
Okay.
and we just kind of hang out on the ship. I ask for news of Solstice, what has been happening in the city, if they know, in the past week, if they've come from there.
So yeah, they travel regularly in the last week. I mean, there's no news. No news is good news.
Yeah.
I mean, there's general gossip, but nothing that you deem important.
Okay. Alright.
All right, give me just a second. All right, the Albatross remains unconscious for the duration of the journey.
I'm getting worried about this guy. I try and water the Albatross as best as possible, you know, dripping some
It's
water
not
down
a
its
plant.
throat. Well, I drip water, like, in its mouth and stuff.
Okay.
And I guess if by the time we arrive in Solstice, or Solstice is visible, if it still hasn't woken up, I'm going to look for any wound, and I'll just take that entire thing of green paste and just rub it all over its body and all over any wounds that it might have, and then put a little bit in its beak in case it needs to be eaten. Just a small bit in the beak.
Yeah. All right. As soon as it touches its tongue, the creature opens an eye and immediately panics. Squawk! 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 And just begins flipping out in your arms. You are not surprised, but roll initiative.
Six.
All right, you go first. The creature is flailing in front of you.
I toss it away from me and step back.
Squawk! Squawk! What's your AC?
15.
All right, it takes off flying, nearly hitting you in the face on its way out, but it squawks off.
Albatross! Speak to me! Albatross! Oh shit! I just I throw the whatever remains of the green jar overboard in frustration.
It disappears into the horizon.
Damn it!
The crew are sort of laughing at you.
Red-faced, I go below deck and don't come back out until we have actually docked.
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
26.
26. So you gain your usual HP. What is that? 2 HP?
Sure.
But you notice that the forearm where the zombie scratched you is not healing well, and it looks. You're not a doctor, but it looks like it's getting kind of infected.
Oh god, I'm gonna drink the healing potion then.
Do you have a healing potion?
I have a healing potion.
Okay. Right. Is it 2d4 plus
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
You can roll that. You
Okay.
gain HP.
Just let me erase it from my character sheet first. Don't want to have extra healing potions just sitting around on character sheets. God, this character sheet needs to be rewritten. It is so janky now. These papers falling apart. Are 2d4 plus 2. Yeah. 8 HP.
Alright, what does that put you at?
12
Out of
25.
wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, so the healing goes through fine. Your forearm still looks pretty nasty.
It doesn't look any better.
I mean, you're pretty badly beat up everywhere. Maybe the healing potion sealed up some of those wounds a little bit, but I mean, you're still not by no means. Yeah, I mean, you're at like half life, aren't you?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, cool, but we're at Solstice now, right?
Yes. Early on the third day, you pull into the port of Solstice.
Excellent. I make sure that I keep all the Lucifron
Close your
stuff.
eyes. Close your eyes.
Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Don't look, chat. Don't look.
Chat can look. They've seen that.
Oh. Fine. Can I open them?
solemn shit. Yeah, we're back to Solstice.
Can I open my eyes?
Yeah, we're back to Solstice.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I make sure that I keep the Moonblade stuff covered up.
Okay.
And we make a beeline for the Traveler's Oasis.
Yeah, so as you're disembarking, you're walking through the ocean quarter towards the main road through town. You hear a, hey, you!
I'll turn and give him a look.
You see a short, ruddy man with a big black beard, a dwarf. Roll an intelligence check.
23?
You recognize him as Granite, the fence that was recommended to you by the guild.
Awesome. Yeah, you got the thing? I say.
Yeah, I can get you your elven chain.
Oh my god, awesome.
It's gonna cost you.
I know. How soon can you have it?
I got it now.
Well, shit. Let's go take care of this right now.
Come on.
How much is it gonna run me?
Ooh, this was not easy to get.
Yeah. I walk with him and I bring Michelle with me.
You know, for you, for a friend, let's say 600 gold.
You drive a hard bargain. That's a lot of money, man.
You should know better than anyone what this is worth.
Yeah.
It's priceless.
Well, you certainly put a price on it. I looked through...
Hey, billable hours.
Yeah. I wait until we get into like a secure location before I start handing out money.
Yeah, he takes you back to his bar.
Okay. Let me see the mail, I say.
This time of day, the bar is actually empty. Does Michelle come with you?
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so she's sort of hanging out, looking sort of disgusted by the state of his establishment. From the back room, he pulls a chest out from behind the counter. Produces a key, unlocks it, and opens. Torchlight reflects off of the brilliant interlaced steel rings. And within is a folded suit of chainmail.
Woo! I take it up and say, "Can I try it on?"
Yeah, you inspect it.
I inspect it. I strip off my armor.
Do you have any skills you wish to apply? Otherwise, just an intelligence check.
No, just an intelligence check. 17.
It looks like chainmail.
Is it?
It's
lightweight.
It's incredibly light.
Perfect.
And quite shiny and polished.
I bite into it.
It looks about your size. You bite into it successfully. Yeah, okay. You're not sure what that can tell you about it.
I just wanted to see if it was an illusion and maybe it would break on contact of trying to eat it, or if it was soft metal and not actually steel. Like maybe it was tin or copper or something. Not copper, but tin or.
You can't bend it with your teeth.
Okay. All right. I go through my pack of gems. I have 9 gems that are worth 100 GP and 3 gems that are worth 100 GP. So I don't know why they're separate, but they are separate.
They were 2 separate types.
Yeah. I will hand them over 6 of the 9.
Yeah.
Okay. I hand him over those.
That as cash, and a deal is made.
I
have your elven chain.
How much does elven chain weigh?
It weighs 50% of whatever chainmail weighs.
All right, so that's like 20 pounds. I take off my leather armor there in the bar, leave it on a table, and walk out.
So it provides AC of chainmail, but it weighs half as much, and as an elf wearing it, you do not get thief skill penalties. Am I correct?
I'm not sure about that.
That last bit might be wrong. You may still get, because there are thief skill penalties listed for elven chainmail.
Yeah.
But I thought there was a benefit for elves moving an elven chainmail. Maybe it's elves and magical elven chainmail. If you for now apply those penalties.
The penalties are less than padded or studded leather armor.
Yes, and the ace. Yeah.
Oh, but they are still more severe than normal
that.
leather armor, which is what I had before, but not by much.
I swear there's some line where it's like maybe it's magical elven chainmail, but it's like elves and elven thieves and magical elven chainmail do not suffer such and such. For now, mark down all those.
Yeah.
Associated armor penalties. You put it on. Do you conceal it beneath robes or anything, or do you show it off?
I toss a shirt over it.
It's pretty lightweight, lightweight. What'd you say? You.
I toss a shirt on over it.
All right. It does have like a leather cowl, like a hood.
Mm-hmm. The chain does?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll cowl it up and toss a hood over my head.
Okay. And there's also you keep your it has gauntlets. Yeah. Or thick leather gloves.
Okay.
Leather boots. You actually keep your old leather gloves and your old boots or whatever you had before.
Nice. And then we head to the Traveler's Oasis to meet up with Iris.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, she is still there.
Sweet.
You're able to locate her in the same room. At this time of day, she's still passed the fuck out.
Okay. I go rouse her.
She awakens. Oh. You're back.
How's it been?
Fun.
Didn't get into any trouble, did you? Iris? Hey, trouble? You get into any trouble?
No trouble. I could use some more money, though.
You spent all of it? I gave you 100 gold when I left.
I mean, this and that.
Yeah,
Expenses.
well, you've burned through all of your stipend, plus all of the profits that you made from helping out already.
She just sits up, rubs her eyes, and shrugs.
You are not a very responsible woman.
Michelle stays quiet.
Do you have any news for us of what's happened in the town? I left you here to keep an eye on things.
What exactly was I keeping an eye on?
I give Michelle a look, and then just slap Iris across the face.
Oh, that is not kind.
No.
Roll the hit.
'21, natural 19, not including surprise.
That's a hefty slap.
Yeah.
That's a critical slap.
Yeah, it is.
Roll 2d2. Okay. She's still conscious. But...
Cool. 2 damage. 1 sec. Sorry. 2 damage to her, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make... You could have knocked her out with that. I just wanted to make sure you didn't.
Yeah,
She's still conscious, but... dumbfounded. Michelle looks a little shocked as well.
You know, Iris, when I freed you from that horror of a place you were trapped in, I thought we were going to be working together on a great many things. If you continue to waste my time and waste our resources, I will just have to let you go, and you can do whatever you want. But you will not drag us down again. You're on your last shot here. Get your shit together, Iris.
Rubs her face. Is there any information you wish to extract from her?
No. I ask Michelle to poke around, see if, make sure everything's okay. I'm going to go see the Sunblade.
Very well.
I take all my gear, including the wrapped equipment, and head for the Sun Tower? I forget what it's called. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I wrote it down. It's somewhere in here. The Diviners, run by Knights and Wizards. Hold on.
Knights and Wizards. Oh my.
Wizards. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. I have no idea.
There are 2 towers.
Yeah. There's the Diviner's Tower and the Knight's Tower. And I don't have names for them.
Do you remember which is which?
Yeah, the one on the right is the big yellow one is the one that I want to go to.
Yeah. How do you get to it?
I just go in through the base floor. No, I go in through the second story entrance in the library. So I had library up to the second floor, go in through that door.
Yeah, and then up a flight of stairs, and you find the Moonblade's office.
Sunblade's office.
Sunblade's office. My apologies.
I give it a on the door.
The door opens, and standing before you, mask on head, is Shiatan, the Sunblade.
I shut the door behind me and lay down the weapons and skull plus hourglass thing on the desk, still wrapped in their things.
He removes his helm. Yes, I received word that his lover's body was returned safely to Faenir.
Yes.
Did you get my bird?
I tried. One of my people I was working with tried to eat it.
'Tis a shame.
I saved
expensive.
I saved the bird, but
the
afterwards,
bird is of no consequence. Skies are full of albatrosses.
yeah.
It's the magic that is costly.
Yeah. Well, here's what is left of your friend. There's more of the skeleton to be found at the base of the waterfall. If you'd like
He
more
touches the
remains.
skull tenderly.
Were you two...
He actually removes his glove to touch the skull. It is fine. He will not. The remains are not needed. His soul has passed. That is all that matters. Thank you for returning me his things.
Of course. Now, there was some discussion of recompense, of a quid pro quo, tit for tat.
Yes, indeed. That was the subject of my message, in fact, but it appears I will need to repeat myself. As I said before, I am in your debt. Anything I can do for you, anything I can find for you, you can name your price. He reaches his gloved hand out to you, his left.
His left gloved
Allow him
hand?
to touch you?
Yeah.
Or do whatever. Okay. He brushes aside your cloak and looks disdainfully at your elven chain.
Disdainfully?
What is this?
Armor. Speak.
Alright. He actually goes to slap you with his right hand. You catch it. You know what? You were taken by surprise. No dex bonus to your AC. So you actually get a backhand to the face. It's all temporary so yeah,
Okay.
1 point of temporary damage.
Okay. I look at him and take a few steps back.
Okay.
What is the meaning of this?
How dare you insult your heritage by buying this trash?
Excuse me?
Supporting the black market for the pride of your homeland? You should know better.
I thought you said you were in my debt. And here you are lecturing me at the same time? Is this how you conduct business?
The business is done. I You should have come to me with this. It would have been much cleaner, and you would have been much better off.
What is the difference? Armor is armor, wherever it comes from.
This cheap knockoff. He wraps his knuckles on your chest.
Cheap knockoff? Really? I crack my knuckles. This is lightweight chainmail armor. This is what I wanted, yes?
I suppose. But not every light suit of chain is true elven chain. You should know that better than any other. True elven chainmail was crafted by a select few steelsmiths, interwoven with magics of the Feywild. This is a cheap dwarven knockoff. They may have gotten the weight right.
Well,
that's about it.
I would very much enjoy having the real thing, but in the meantime, this will serve. Now, I believe you were saying you owed me a great debt, and this is what I have to ask of you.
He looks expectantly.
I need you to get me into the Diviner's Tower, and then turn a blind eye.
His eyes narrow. If you have need of our facilities, I am happy to oblige. I don't think you know what you ask.
What sort of use of the facilities are we talking about here?
He looks you up and down. I don't think they would be any use to you.
I have a gifted friend. She could use some assistance, some leadership, some training.
Alone in the Diviner's Tower?
I'm not saying alone. Sunblade, oh Sunblade. The favors I could ask of you. You know what, perhaps... Favor.
One.
The way I see it...
And getting you some real elven chain counts as a favor. So choose wisely.
You know what, I've been traveling for many days. I need to rest. Perhaps we can speak of this on the morrow. I wanted your items delivered here as quickly and quietly as possible. I will seek you out again.
I am grateful for all that you have done. You know where to find me. Stay out of trouble, but as long as you do, I am in your debt. Sorry about the slap. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings.
He puts his glove back on.
I exit the same way I entered.
There's only one door.
Well, I mean, like through the library, then through the base of the tower.
Yeah. That is actually the only way out.
Oh, I thought there was an entrance at the base of the tower.
There is not.
Oh.
In case of fire, their emergency evacuation plan is pretty limited. We get out through the second door of the library or jump out the window.
Okay.
Good thing it's made of stone.
Yep. I head back to the Traveler's Oasis, and I believe it is time for our third and final break.
Indeed. So we'll see you after the short commercial break.
Yeah. See you guys then.